screen board, vision board.
Hello, I think we're live.
Ooh. Hi,
In the
everybody.
group. Hi, it's Paula Middleton and Mahmuda Hill for the moment, and we're coming to you live in our Dragonfly Voyagers secure and affordable group. And we're coming on at 8 o'clock, which is now, just so that we're available for any questions you might have about the travel club. If you're catching us now, give us a hashtag live. You don't have to stay on right now for the first half hour. We're just here as kind of a drop-in Q&A session. So if you've got any burning questions about the club, let us know and we'll be able to answer them. We've got Shell Evans on her way in as well.
Yay.
And excuse me, 8:30, we'll be doing a quick presentation as to how the club works and how you can get the benefit of the club. And then we can open up for 15 minutes or so for any Q&A at the end as well. So we're coming to you live in the group. If you know of anyone that wants to travel and wants to save money on their travel, do add them to the group, invite them, tell them what it's all about and tell them that we can help them with that. As you might know, I saved £6,000 in 2020 on 5 trips. 5, there's my camera, 5 trips through our club. So it does exactly what it says on the tin and it's just awesome. So 8:30 we'll be doing a presentation. For the time being, we're just gonna have a chat amongst ourselves. If you're on Facebook and you've got questions, ask away. If you catch this on replay, give us a hashtag replay. I'm sure I said hashtag live but didn't say replay. So there you go. Hey Shell.
You're on mute. Best baby to keep her.
No, savage.
I love you, really.
You've been a busy lady this week. I've heard all about you, Shell.
What do you mean?
I like it.
On Stina's course. I've not heard all about it, to be honest. Just it was a good one and I missed it. Yeah. Well done.
You.
I wonder.
See? I was very proud of you.
For anyone that's watching that doesn't know, we were all booked onto a course with a lady called Stina Gray, who's amazing. She's actually a lady who enabled me and Mahmuda to become published authors. And she does a lot of sort of life coaching, really, isn't it? And confidence and mental health stuff. And there was a course on Sunday.
Saturday or
oh no, it was Friday.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It was Friday.
Was it Friday? It was one day recently.
Friday, all about confidence and putting yourself out there. And I was booked on it, but I was busy in another meeting, so I couldn't get on it. But I hear it was really enjoyable and worthwhile.
The funny thing is, before we went on, Shell wasn't booked on. I'm like, going, come on, Shell, you want to do this? She said, no, I don't. No, I don't. No, I'm like, yeah, you do. So, all right. So she was begrudgingly, she got on, and then she goes to me before. She goes, so long as no one talks to me, so long as I don't have to say anything, I'm okay. First thing is like, hi, Michelle, and she had her name as Michelle, not Shell. Hi, Michelle. Introduce yourself. The very first person.
I went. She was talking to.
She was like looking around.
And how did it go? Were you able to do it, or did you stumble over your words, or was it okay?
No.
Brilliant.
That's awesome. Well done. Oh, looking for my phone. It's behind me.
Yeah, and she wasn't. It wasn't the only time she spoke. She spoke throughout. She actually put herself forward and said things herself without being asked.
Yeah.
You know what though? That's the thing. It's so hard to do. But I think because, excuse me, for those of you that don't know the background, we actually went to, Mahmuda arranged for us to go to a business convention and actually have a stall for our travel club. Mahmuda went on stage and did the catwalk and everything. It was just fantastic. At Woe Manifest, it's called, in Manchester, and that was last March. Yeah.
I know.
And
a year ago.
We did our first travel club workshop. So we did about the psychology of travel. and Shell was there along with some of our other Dragonfly Voyagers that are in this group, and it was so empowering that you couldn't help but get involved with stuff. So we did our first sort of public speaking in effect, didn't we, Muda?
Yeah.
Did our first workshops, and it was just amazing. But to see, once you start doing stuff like that, for anyone else that doesn't have that much confidence or feels unsure about doing these things, once you actually put yourself out there and start doing them,
Yeah.
it baby steps every time, but you start to feel like, you know what, I can do it. No one laughed at me. I can actually do this, you know. So yeah, I'm proud of you, Shell.
Shell went on to a workshop there as well, and she spoke.
You know,
I can talk, I just don't like people looking at me.
And you spoke about that as well.
I know.
You're very brave. You're very good. I'm very proud of you.
I'm a big girl now, see.
wow.
About blooming time too. I don't think we'll ever grow up, to be honest.
No, we don't need to though, do we?
It's no fun.
It's boring then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, talking about growing up, you saw my post earlier about about terms and conditions.
Yeah.
And I posted about a very famous tour operator that is currently advertising the crap out of everywhere. They're everywhere at the minute. And I know I swore, but I don't mind. It's just a private group, so it's fine. But they are advertising the shit out of it, aren't they? And they're saying like free kids places, so much off.
There's one that says £60 per person, and there's another one that says £100 off per booking.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And I just thought it'd be interesting because I used to work in insurance, in health insurance, and it's amazing how many people do not read the terms and conditions. I'm guilty of it as well. I don't read the fine print on my car insurance. I can't be bothered. But for you guys, I know for you guys here in our travel club, and it's going to be there forever, I looked at the terms and conditions of that particular tour operator today, just to understand exactly what you get for your money and what you're covered for. And this company, I'm not going to say it, but this company is purely for flights. But the way that they're advertising what they have available, they're putting it as a package. So they do hotels and car hire and all sorts as well. But those hotels, car hire, insurance, that's all provided by a third party. So when it comes to you being financially secure, booking the whole lot with them, the only thing that you are secure with is your flight, because that's the only thing you've technically got from them. And I think that could be clearer. There's like a 40, 50 odd page terms and conditions thing.
That's a long one. 40 page. That's long.
Yeah, there's like 36 points, but in each one there's probably about 10 or 15 separate, add-ons and stuff. But I thought that was a really important point, because they're not upfront with some of the information they give you. And for our purposes, for the travel club, you could go to them, get your flight, be covered, secure financially, come to us, use your membership, stay around for the presentation, because I'll show you a $3,500 saving on one trip that I took in 2020. Save that kind of money on your accommodation, get your flight from them. Your accommodation's covered because it's already paid for by our CEO. There's no money outstanding. It's all covered. It's just available to us as members now. And you're fully secure. There's no risk whatsoever. And it's just like, we need people to be aware of this, because they're not open with the terms and conditions at all. Anyway, that's me on my soapbox.
I know you're not naming them.
Yeah.
But do they rhyme with pet?
They rhyme with pet. And
with a number in it somewhere.
No, okay. It could be a number. It could be pet goo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pet with a number. Not naming them.
That's
their favourite colour is.
Yes. You could say pet poo, but that might be a bit unfair.
Love it. Oh,
I'm
dear.
sorry. I was going to actually get the recording of this and maybe put it on YouTube. Maybe that's not a good idea. I don't want to get done for slander.
Well, you can
That's the
record
right one.
now and we won't say anything more.
I'll just do a beep across it.
Yeah. Oh, dear. How's your day been?
Who?
Been busy. Well, I know how Shell's day been. I've been speaking to Shell, yeah.
Busy, yes. Really busy, but good. Brilliantly busy, as Audrey would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a good day. I've been very productive. I've had lots of interesting conversations as well with lots of different people that are looking at the club as well. So yeah, we're going to have some new guests arriving in the group very shortly.
Have you thought about world tours yet?
I do nothing but think about world tours.
Have you decided on any world tours yet? Or are you still this? I want to go on so many, which is my problem.
What I need to wait for, I don't want to be too, I don't want to talk about politics or anything that brings my vibe down, because I don't do that. But I am not happy to have the vaccination. So that might pose problems for me initially when we're looking at going abroad. There are certain companies that are coming together that will offer flights that you don't need vaccinations for. So I'm waiting to see what's happening. If it comes to it, I'm not going to miss a world tour. So if it comes to it, I'm going to have to, I don't know what, take some precautions before and after the vaccine. I just don't want to have the vaccine myself. If it comes to it, I'm not missing out on world tours though. And Hawaii in August is really, really high up on my list.
I want to book Jamaica, and something was mentioned last night on the corporate call.
Yeah.
I'm trying to recall this. I think, don't quote me on this because I can't remember. I think if you book the Jamaica, is it the Lady Hamilton in Jamaica?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
I think what they've done is they've upgraded the hotel, so they've got a sister hotel or something. So it's instead of being a 5-star, apparently it's a 6-7 star. It's better.
Wow.
And I believe you get 100 loyalty points back in your back office.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to listen to it all again because this was 2 o'clock in the morning, obviously. So yeah,
that's amazing.
I was like, pardon, what did he say? This is too early in the morning for this.
Well, I usually re-listen. I usually listen to, if I'm not up at 2 a.m, which these days I'm not at the minute. I don't know what, I think because the kids are all home, all 4 of them, and it's exhausting, isn't it? With kids, all of you, both of you know, and anyone watching, if you've got kids, it's exhausting. So I am looking forward to him going back to school next week.
Hallelujah.
I know. But what I normally do with a corporate call, if I've not been able to jump on at 2 a.m, I'll watch it usually today, because it's available live, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I've not had time today because I've been really busy doing lots of follow-ups and stuff with people that are interested, though.
Which is good as well.
Which is very good.
Yeah.
But I'll be catching up on it tomorrow.
But yeah, I was like, you what? Did I hear that properly? So yes, and I said about the Hawaii trip, it is an extra day.
Yes.
There is a new slide with the extra day on it.
Okay.
So it's 6 days and 5 nights, or whichever way around it is. Yeah, 6 days, 5 nights.
6 days, 5 nights. Yes.
Yes. At the moment, it says 5 days and 4 nights. I think. It is the ones Deborah Taylor was using on Sunday night. The Zoom slide, the presentation she showed, it said 6 and 5.
Cool. So
I have been hearing that Todd say that, but he kept saying, "Oh, I've got to change the slide. I've got to change the slide." So I hadn't seen it. I just heard it, and when you're not sure if you heard it right.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's always wise to wait until you get it in sort of
writing.
in print, in writing. Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
we've been in companies before that have promised us the world and not delivered. I mean, there's nothing that this company has not delivered on and they've promised to. So I still have 100% faith. But yeah, once you've got that slide and you can share it with people, it's
so I think you might need to get the updated slides.
I'll change. It won't be on.
Yeah.
I'll change that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shell, how's your day been?
Exhausting.
Yeah.
It's just work is just
Crazy.
Yeah.
I think everybody's kind of feeling it though, you know. And I don't think it matters what it is that you're doing, whether you are working like you are on the front line, or whether you're working at home like we are, or whether you're just looking after kids, or whether, you know what I mean. I think everyone's feeling just knackered with it now.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you, but March was yesterday, 1st of March yesterday. And I spoke to a few people today and they're like, does it not feel like now is like January? And I think because we've got the news that we might be sort of starting things to open up in the next month or so, it feels like it's New Year now. You know what I mean? I think they need to maybe change the dates of New Year.
I was about to say something, completely forgotten about this.
I think it's helped that the weather's been a bit better, isn't it?
Oh, nice
Definitely.
and sunny.
Yeah.
Not freezing.
Even
not warm, but not freezing.
Even in Wales, we've had blue sky.
No rain.
Oh, good.
We haven't had any rain today.
Cool.
Sunshine definitely helps. That's why we need holidays.
Yeah.
I was going to say something about holidays. Oh, if you join now, so what month are we now? Did you say March? So March, January, February, March, April, May, June. So you've got the 4 months. If you're in Platinum, if you join now, by the summer holidays, you've got enough points to get away. So it's really important to join now.
Now, how much would you have for summer then? Let me work out. March.
So you get 500 as a we're talking about Platinum, yeah? You'd have 1,000
of course. But you'd get away for 2 adults, 2 children. You'd get away for a week for nothing.
Yeah.
And that's not even just UK. That's like international. Everywhere that I've ever seen, we have full weeks on Platinum, 2 adults, 2 children for $0 for the week. You just get your flights. Yeah. That's pretty exciting. See, I have to check when it's sort of, because I know with Platinum it's 2 adults, 2 children that will go to $0. Now for me, with having 4 children, I might have a slight sort of payment to pay, because some of the trips that I went on last year should have been $0, but because of these pesky kids, I mean, I might leave them at home sometime. Because I've got too many kids.
Yeah, well, it depends on how many bedrooms you want, doesn't it? So
yeah,
for if you have a studio, it's £0. If you have a 1 bedroom, it's £1. If you have a 2 bedroom, it's whatever it is up to £2, and then 3 bedroom, 4 bedrooms. So it's bedroom dependent, not how many people dependent.
Yeah, and which actually makes me think about how pet poo company how other travel agencies are advertising that it's X amount per person. We don't really say that, you know, and I think we need to be clearer on the fact it's for the whole accommodation. So occasionally, I mean, I put a post on earlier about a place in America, and it's Miami, and you're saving a ton of money. That's through our wholesale site, which we'll talk about in the presentation. But just so you guys know, I didn't work out how much it would be per person. I mean, it was just for a couple, that one. But when we're doing those that sleep six like ours, it's worth breaking down per person, because when you compare it to these other tour operators, it doesn't even compare, does it?
Yeah, and when they say kids go free, kids, what age are kids? Because it's not 18 necessarily. It can be 9. It could be 13. That's when
But
they
read the
start.
terms and conditions. Hey,
Mm.
Carol. Hey.
Hey, sorry, yeah, I'm here.
Good, good. Shall we, you going to say something then?
I said, even if you've got a 2 or a 3 in place, it's still cheap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. And we don't ever say free child places because maybe we should just wrap up some of our prices and say for the adults, that's what it's going to be, like £1 a night, and the kids go free. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or £2 a night for the adults, kids go free. We'll share my screen. I'll only make it a quick one. I say that every week, I'm pretty sure. Let's start. So, Mahmouda.
Hello, good evening and welcome to our presentation on Tuesday night. My name is Mahmouda, but everybody calls me Moo, the silly old cow. And yes, I know I'm going to get told off for that, but it makes you laugh. So there you go. I'm a widow and I have 4 not so young children. My oldest is actually married now, but they're still my kids, and I still want to go on holidays with them. So when I found out about this travel company from Paula, I was just like, this is perfect. I want to do this. There was absolutely no hesitation. The only reason I didn't do it straight away that night was because I thought I need to discuss it with my children. I told them this is what I want to do, and they said, "Go for it, Mum." That was it. End of conversation. And I met Paula about 4 years ago now. I think it might be 5 years nearly, probably. But when I met Paula, she was on stage and she was giving a talk, and I do believe you had 2 of your children with you, the older 2 with you, standing on stage with you, because you weren't planning on doing this speech. You got called on sort of last minute.
Just for the record, the person that actually called on me last minute is in this group, and she'll know if she's watching this who it is.
Am I allowed to name her?
Yes, you can name her.
Claire Wilkinson.
Yes.
I remember.
And we're still friends.
Yeah.
Go
But
on.
when you came on, I was watching you and I was like thinking, oh my God, this woman is so inspiring. And I tried to get close and talk, but you were surrounded by loads of people, so I couldn't actually talk to you physically. So I added you on Facebook. I think I spoke to Claire and said, oh, I really want to get in touch with Paula. And she said, oh, just add her on Facebook. So that's what I did. I added you on Facebook. And we sort of chatted a little bit, but not majorly. But I was following everything you did. And when you started doing this, it was like, yeah, this is definitely my cup of tea. And I trust this woman. And there's no reason for me not to trust her. I've been watching her 4 years. I know she's trustworthy. So that was it. I just thought, if she's doing it, I want to do it because I want to follow in her footsteps. So welcome, Paula. Take it away.
That is so sweet. Thank you so much, Mahmouda. Yeah, I remember that meeting well, and it was probably the first time that I've ever been on stage in being recognised for something in network marketing, because it's the first time that I ever felt that I could, and that's kind of partly thanks to people like yourself, but also Claire Wilkinson, who's in the group. Might as well give her another shout out. But thank you for that. That's lovely. I'm going to start the presentation, but what I'm going to do, I can't actually start it as a slideshow again. I need to check out what's going on with this, but Zoom just will not let me do it. So I'm going to just go straight into it. So what does travel do for you? It does different things for different people, but for me, my travel passion started when I was young. But when I was 17, I was diagnosed with clinical depression, and travel plans that I had at that time, I couldn't actually go on because I just was not well enough in myself. Anyway, I got well, and my mum and dad actually arranged for me to go to New York, which was a lifelong dream of mine, for my 21st birthday. I went with a couple of friends, and it was absolutely incredible. But what I found with this trip is, on the way up on the way for that trip happening, on the run up to it, during the trip, and then when I got home and started planning more trips, my emotional health was at the peak of however it's ever been. It was the best it ever was. And I was, at that time, I thought, I need to do this more. I need to go and see the world. I need to do lots of different things. And I actually made plans to be a camp counselor in America, went through a really rigorous sort of interview process to become a camp counselor in one of the camps in America, and I made it through. I was going to go and stay at a place in Maine, but then my mental health flared up again, and I just couldn't do it. So life goes on. I got married, and I had 4 children, and then I wanted to travel the world with my children to see them experiencing the things that I'd not yet been able to experience. But what stopped me then was not necessarily my mental health. It was actually money in the bank, or lack thereof. So I was in a position where I wanted to do X, Y, Z, and I had done since I was just a kid, and I hadn't been able to do the things that I wanted to do. So travel, in terms of my emotional health, in terms of family bonding, especially after all the lockdowns and the upheaval we've had, it's so important right now. So our story, our company, it was founded by the gentleman you see in the picture there, David Hart. He is an incredible businessman. He has been a runner-up in Inc. magazine for Entrepreneur of the Year. And just his genuine, down-to-earth sort of family values is everything that everyone who is involved in this company holds very dearly. You can see there we've got some pictures of some of the team meeting David, and on the top picture there's actually the top earner of the company, Todd Strand, who you will be seeing in some of our meetings going forward, but I'm not going to give too much away about that. So these guys have been over to see us here in the UK. We get a million times support from them. They've always got our back. Someone who's very close to us as well is Daryl Roberts, that you'll probably hear us talk about at some point in the group. And we're just very, very lucky to be in the position that we are with people that are on our vibe. If you're a vibe kind of person, these guys have got it all. They're fantastic. When it comes to regulations, we are regulated by global industries, by global regulatory bodies. So in the UK, I know that we're really kind of like, we're sort of really obsessed in some ways about regulations for whether we're covered for anything going wrong, which of course is something that you've got to consider. But these regulations are not just UK based. These are global regulations that we have. Our company is completely secure. You can see some of the details there. I'm not going to go into each one, but you can also see there's been 0 customer complaints with this company, and we also have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, which is the highest accolade you can get with them. They're a regulatory body that make sure that you're providing customers with everything that they want. So if you had all the time and the money in the world, what would you do more of? Now, I've actually done this as a bit of a survey. I'm kind of one of them geeky people that does that. And 9 out of 10 people that I asked said they would travel more. Now, bearing in mind, all of the people that I asked at that time had not just been through a global pandemic. Now, I can imagine that's probably gone up, the number of people. If you can have 9.5 of a person, or even 10 out of 10, excuse me, a lot more people are desperate to get out there because they've been stuck home for so long. And this is exactly what we're enabling people to do after going through such heartache and such a hard time over the last 12 months. We're helping people go and reduce the stress that they've been under, to see the children excited about the experiences that they're having. But also, I mean, I don't know if anyone watching has been homeschooling their children and doesn't normally. Now, I am one of those people, and I have 4 children, and 2 of them are, well, one of them is 3. I've got a 5-year-old, I've got a 12-year-old, and I've got a 14-year-old. So they're quite varied in age. So the type of learning that they've needed has been quite varied. And I'm not a teacher, and I would never profess to be a teacher. And it's caused some stress in the family because it's not been easy to try and homeschool. I mean, my 14-year-old's got work there that I don't remember ever doing, and they do things differently than they did when I was at school. So it's pretty tough. And there's been times during these last 12 months where we've kind of been at loggerheads with each other. And what we found is using this club to the best of its advantage has actually helped with our family sort of bond and keeping that closeness, which is so important right now. So this company does three things really, really well. It helps people to travel for less, travel more often, and even travel for free. And I'm going to explain to you how it does those things. But imagine if you had a life that you don't need a vacation from. We've got a business partner that has just spent a whole month in one of our resorts through his membership. He took his mum, and I'm not sure if any other family members, but he stayed there for a month. Was it Mexico, I think? We'll talk about it in a bit, but he stayed there for a whole month. Now, does anybody recognize this? Stay alert, control the virus, save lives. Absolutely, it's everywhere. Now, I want to kind of reframe this and just talk about how things are moving forward. And since the announcement from Boris last week, we have a way forward with our country and how we're going to be. I mean, even the cat wants to come, but the way we're going to be able to travel in the future. So this actually tells you about what was happening in the midst of the pandemic, and travel was still happening even if we were locked down in the UK. The rest of the world wasn't. There were parts in the world that were not locked down. They took the precautions needed, and people were traveling. World tours that took place last year: Las Vegas, Tenerife, Mexico, Florida Keys, Mauritius, and many, many more. And it doesn't necessarily stop people from traveling as long as they are doing it safely and legally. I would not encourage anyone to sort of break laws or anything like that. You can control your travel plans through the club. So we had thousands and thousands. It says 7,000 there. I know that's inaccurate now, but we've had thousands of new club members that have joined during the lockdown period because of exactly what it is that we offer. And what we offer is a way for you to make monthly payments that are doubled in value for you to then use on travel. And I'm going to talk more about that in a moment. But it's growing week on week, and we've had record sales. It's absolutely incredible. Make memories as well as saving lives. No one's ever said that they're never going to travel again. Excuse me. Sorry, I think Steve put the heating on. It really gets to my chest. No one's said through this time that they're not going to travel again. It was put on hold. But we do have some, excuse me, heating off a minute. So sorry. We do have a way out for traveling now. Nearly knocked the cat off then now. 12th of April, excuse me, you will be able to go and stay in self-catering. Fingers crossed if it goes to plan. In self-catering accommodation across the UK. I am looking at booking something. So if you want to wait and see whether that is possible, by all means do that, because I know there'll be guys here that will be booking straight away. I wouldn't want you to miss out if that's something you want to do. I'm so sorry. 17th of May or mid-May, they are looking at opening up international travel as well. We don't know quite how that's going to look yet, but it's still exciting. It's giving us some hope. So there's going to be three different member benefits that I'm going to focus on whilst we go through this presentation. And the first member benefit is something called a getaway, or you might see it referred to as a dream vacation. And this is for you and your family or your loved ones to use your membership and go on holiday. So this is accommodation only. You can see there that retail for this place, Cabo San Lucas in Mexico, is actually $499. So when you have your membership and you get your membership, you're paying a monthly subscription. And it's just like those park catalogues that you can pay for Christmas. So I've done it before, and you pay a monthly amount that you can afford, and that monthly amount is put in a pot by that with them, and then they give you a date close to Christmas when you can draw it all out, or however it works, however you want to work it, and it'll pay for Christmas for you. So it'll cover all the costs of the presents, food, all sorts. This is exactly like that. Our membership is exactly like that, but it's for travel and it's for any time of the year. Okay. So when you pay your subscription that is affordable, whatever is affordable for you, we've got different options. That amount is then doubled by the company and returned to you in travel points. So where you can see retail price there, you apply 998 of your points, and you can go to Mexico for a week for £0, $0, zero in any currency you like. A week in Mexico. Now, that doesn't include your flight. If you were on when we were having a chat earlier, we were talking about flights, and there are discounted flights that are available through your membership as well. I'll talk briefly about that later. But if you're paying nothing for a place in Mexico for a week, you know, it's going to cancel out any price, any flight prices that you have anyway. Yeah, so pretty exciting. Let me go down there 1 second. Another example of one of our getaways is Orlando in Florida. I believe they're opening up the theme parks and stuff soon, if they've not already. Now with this, you can look at a 1-bedroom suite for 8 days, 7 nights, $1 per night after points are applied. $1 per night. So you're looking at $7 for a week in Orlando, Florida. There is no travel agent on this earth that can offer you that price. With one of our different memberships, titanium membership, which I will go into more detail in a moment, you're looking at $18 per night. This still, again, as I'm aware of, not a travel agent, no travel agent that can offer you that for Orlando in Florida. And another getaway, if you want to go to the Canary Islands, not too far from the UK, you're looking at a platinum membership if you want a studio room, self-catering, £0, £0. Again, even with the titanium membership, it's just $14 a night, because the points that are being replenished every single month when you pay your membership, that catalogue, the Christmas catalogue, they don't double what you're paying them. You get back what you paid in flat. That's it. Whereas our company doubles what you're paying in. So because of that, and because the CEO has basically ensured that we've got all of this available, because he buys it all in bulk. He buys all the accommodation stays in bulk. Before we've even booked it, it's there and ready for you. And that's how we're making such huge savings, because the reputation goes before him anyway. David Hart's got an amazing reputation in the travel industry. So one more example, which is a very special one, because one of our business partners went here and actually got this price, £86 for the week. You're saving £11,705 on this. I mean, that's just incredible. Mahmouda, would you like to talk a bit more about this one?
Well, our colleague that went, he had a 2-bedroom apartment, and it was at the Grand Mayan, I can't say the word, Videnta in Mexico. So he had 2 bedrooms, sleeps 8, and he was doing a video and he was touching the walls and he was going, it's real, and he went to the pool and he was saying, look, see, the water is real. He was showing us all around it. And I basically went online and looked at the usual sites, and the pictures they've got on their sites were identical to what we were seeing on the video that he was showing live. And he gave us a challenge to compare prices, what he paid, and he showed us his receipt. And the price there, the £86, is what was in my back office. So I checked it against my back office and the UK travel site. And that's a comparison I got for the same dates, same 2 bedrooms, exactly the same apartments he's got now. And it was just, wow. If you save
So
that much money, that pays for your flights, that pays for your food, that pays for everything else.
Absolutely. And in theory, you could have just jumped on a plane and gone to meet him then.
Yeah,
You should
I was tempted.
Oh, thank you for that, Mahmouda. So, I mean, that's excuse me. This is an extreme example, but it's not unusual. These things do happen. These kind of savings are quite regular. And what I want to add is this, at this point, this is kind of what makes people think, nah, too good to be true. Too good to be true. And what I would say to you if you're that person is go and watch the video that I've shared about my savings in 2020, because they were all in the UK. Just one of those trips, I saved £3.5 grand on one trip. In total, I saved over £6 grand. So yes, it looks too good to be true, but it's really, really not. People are making these savings. I couldn't lie if I tried to, so it's worth checking that out as well. Anyone that's interested in that, if you're watching on Facebook, just say me or put your hand up or give us just write your name in the comments and we will tag you in the other post as well. So that was member benefit number 1 for you and your family to enjoy the benefits of our membership. Benefit number 2 is your own personal search engine. So we have talked about Jet2 this evening, and there's other ones, booking.com, Trivago. You've seen them all. You've seen all the adverts. It costs a hell of a lot of money to put those adverts on TV, just for the record. And so what happens is we have our own search engine that is yours when you become a member with us. And what we don't do is advertise it on TV, because we don't want to spend millions on that. We would rather give families like mine a £3.5 grand saving, or like Danny having a trip and saving 11 grand. They would rather that happen, and we do this word of mouth rather than spending millions on an advertising campaign. So just to let you know, you get your own search engine, and it works just like others. I've used this loads of times. I've saved anything from £20 to £50 on just the odd hotel stay. I've used it for business. I've used it just taking the kids away for the odd night. And what I love about this as well, when you book using your own search engine, you also get loyalty points. Now, what you can use those loyalty points on is stuff like flights. So I mentioned before, you're getting a week in Orlando for £0. Imagine you've got enough loyalty points because of using this other option that is also saving you money at the same time to cover your flight as well. You've got a free trip to Orlando. I mean, you'd have discounted theme park tickets, because that's what we offer as well, which I'll go into in a minute. Mahmouda,
Yeah.
you've used this, haven't you?
Yes, Shell and I went for a weekend in London to go and support another member who's here, Claire Doig. She was doing a seminar for the weekend. So Shell and I went to support her, and we saved £130 on our weekend in London in a very, very nice hotel, I may add.
Wow.
And then we also went on a river cruise, a jazz boat river cruise, and there was a sail on. So Virgin, since we seem to be naming things, Virgin had a sale on that said they were £30 off for the holidays, because it was October. It was what's it called, Halloween. So they had
Okay.
a sale on, and our price for the same jazz cruise was actually cheaper than their sale price by £20. So that's our normal everyday price was cheaper.
That's amazing. And you know what? I find it when I look into this, and I look into it quite often, because I want to, when I'm having conversations with people, although I am experiencing it myself, because I'm booking my own travel using my membership. I wouldn't ever book travel in any other way. But when I'm speaking to people, I will ask people what they want to do or where they want to go, and I'll just do a quick check. Now, I found a place, Miami Beach, and I've shared it in the group. Again, have a look through, have a scroll through, but there's a place for, I think it's 3 nights in May for my birthday. I looked for May purposely. But you're saving using the search engine that you see in front of you, your own personal search engine, you're saving £1,000
Wow.
compared to what you would book through booking.com. Very same room, same dates. It's 7th of May if you want to know my birthday for any cards and presents. Joking. And for that long weekend. And I mean, and it was just an example. I know not everyone would want to take it, and we're not travel agents, so you don't have to book it. It's not an advertising thing for that. But just as an example, what happens with booking.com is they will add £1,000 to that for their own commission, to pay for their employees, to pay for their media campaign, to pay for the sparkly, shiny adverts. So don't always trust that you're getting the best deal, even when they say it's got X amount off, it's got this off, it's got that, because they still charge commission. We don't need to do that. So your search engine that you're getting through your membership doesn't have any commissions added, and we have that luxury because of this being part of a wider business, and there's much more. Yeah, go on, Moo.
Right. The search engines, what most people don't know is they're all owned by 2 companies. So you've got Priceline own one lot, I think, and who's the other one? Is it Expedia that own the other lot?
Expedia.
Yeah. So there's 2 companies that own all of them. So when you think you're actually getting a discount, you're not, because it's all going back to the same head office.
And they're playing each other off against each other. God, we're revealing so much tonight, aren't we? They play it off against each other. So if you go on one site, I'm not going to name them because I can't. We do have a slide that shows you which are in Expedia and which are
I can't remember.
Priceline. I can share that another time. But you go on one site and it'll say, "Oh, you can get it cheaper here," but they're both with the same company, so they're just playing them off against each other, and I find it really wrong, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. So we're completely separate to that. So we've got our own search engine.
Completely independent. We are not affiliated with any search engine. It's your own personal search engine that is part of the Travorian brand, and it's absolutely amazing.
And the price we have, they have exactly the same price. They've just added on commission for all their expenses.
Worth knowing how these things work, especially now. So here's an example of the search engine. Dubai, 7 nights October. You're going to say, so Expedia have got that on their site for £1,692. Your search engine will give it you for £407 for the same week, in the same hotel, in the same room, with the same everything. And you're saving £1,200. So that £1,200, that's going into everything else that we've just talked about. That's just paying wages and everything that we don't need to do because of the way that we work our business. So the third main member benefit we have, which we've talked about before, is world tours. And when you take a membership out with us, you can actually choose to use your membership as a business if you want to. It's not required, but if you want to turn travel into a business, it's really, really easy to do so. And world tours are perfect for you if that's what you want to do. They're also really good for anyone that just has a membership but has got friendly with other people that have memberships that are business owners, because don't sort of say, oh, well, you can't come and you can't. No, everyone is included. So if anyone can come to this, if you've got a membership with us, and it puts names to faces. So when you've been chatting with or watching Todd Strand on a live, you can go meet Todd Strand and understand exactly how he has got where he's got to. When you're chatting with Deborah Taylor, or you've seen some of her amazing stuff, then you can go and meet her and have a chat with her. Pastor Mel, and there's so many different people that we've not even met a lot of them yet. We've met a few of the corporate team and everything, but we've not met some really good friends, and we have become friends, and it's really nice to be able to go and have on the same wavelength. Again, I'm talking about that vibe because I like the vibe, and chat with them about their experiences, because how many places did Deborah go to last year? Was it 20?
I thought it says 26 or something like that. I can't remember.
26
Something like
resorts
that.
through her membership last year. I mean, would you not want to have a chat about the different places she stayed?
She lives in resorts and visits home.
Yes. Perfect way to live. That's definitely a lifestyle that you want, isn't it? So yeah, the world tours are exactly that. Going on a world tour, I'm going to show you some of the places that we've got for this year. There's 4 in Italy, 2 in Spain, 1 in France, 3 in the States, 1 in Dubai, 2 in the Caribbean, 1 in Mexico, and there's 1 in Hawaii. And I think I need to update this slide, don't I? So I will actually write that down and update it, because I've been saying it for weeks and I've not done it yet. But what we get, the benefit of this world tour is not only that you're going to get to meet everyone, but you get really, really knocked down prices. If you or anyone you know has ever worked in travel as an agent, we are not agents, so just putting that out there. But if you've ever worked as an agent, you will know that as a group, if you are making a group booking, you can get huge discounts, and that's in effect how this works. So we're getting massive discounts because we've got our membership and we're exclusive members with this club anyway. But when there's a whole big group of you going somewhere, and with the relationships that David's built up, we've got the best of the best, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So here's an example. World Tours, Hard Rock Hotel, Tenerife, Spain. 3 simple steps. You decide where you want to go. You apply your points. Again, those points are crucial, but they have been affordable all year round for you. And I will tell you, you don't even notice that they're gone. And if you do spend them, because I had my 5 trips last year, if you do spend them, they replenish so quickly. You don't really realize how quickly that happens, because it's every single month. But you look at, enjoy your trip and have fun. That's the 3rd step, the most important one. 4 days, 3 nights at the Hard Rock Hotel in Tenerife. If you have not seen this hotel, go and Google it, because some of the videos are awesome. It's a proper sort of party place, but really beautiful hotel. And titanium price is going to be $399. Platinum price is $199. You're looking at bed and breakfast and having a cocktail party with all your mates. Retail price on booking.com for the same is $799. So you can see what advantages we get for world tours as well. There's another example, Hawaii. Yeah, $490. I've not put the retail price on ever. I need to find that. But that you cannot get this place for $499 for the amount of time. I mean, you're probably looking at about that per night. It's a really exclusive place in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And that's another one of our world tours. We've also, this is one I think is going to be a regular event, the Win in Las Vegas, and we have witnessed people walking into their rooms because we should have been on this trip last year. And we saw with our own eyes our friends going into these panoramic rooms. They've voice activated blinds. Oh my God, amazing. Looking out onto Las Vegas Strip. Above the 28th floor, you're looking at titanium $399 for 4 days, 3 nights. Platinum price $199. And I can tell you for sure that you would not, both those prices, you would pay more than that for 1 night in this place.
Yeah.
Retail price $1,662 for 4 days, 3 nights. How good is our membership? Every time I see this, it's just like, wow. Doing the things that I've dreamed of doing. So those are the three main benefits, and those alone are well worth the membership, but there are extras that you get as standard. These are all over the place because they usually sort of fly in so that you can see them all, but you can see some of the places you've got there: Argentina, Australia, France, Germany, Greece, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Thailand. Now, this extra benefit is a free trip. All you pay is taxes and flights, a free trip for a week. Most places are a week, aren't they?
I don't think they're all weeks. Some of them are 5 days, some of them are 4 days. It depends on
Okay.
where.
But it's completely free every single year. And we did a chat not long ago talking about evolving and moving on and changing. Now, what's happened with our company, this member benefit, you actually could only get one per lifetime of your membership when we first started a couple of years ago. Because of the growth that they've had as a company, and because of the way that the company has moved forward, they've actually made this benefit now available year on year. You get a free trip. So imagine if you wanted to visit Thailand, you could stay, and I know for sure the Thailand one is for a week. You could go there for a week, but you could also go check your getaways and add another week. But what you could also then do is go on your search engine and save some money there and book another week, 3 weeks in Thailand for next to nothing. It's worth doing, isn't it? And if you're watching and you can think of anywhere you want us to do a really quick check on, we will be more than happy to do that. Just give us a place and some dates, and whoever wants to go, and we'll do a really quick check. Because we're not travel agents, we can't spend too much time on that.
Yeah, there are 64 different places on that benefit, and if you're taking one a year, that's 64 years worth of holidays. Just saying.
Do you know what though? Travel is so good for your health. I think I'm going to manage that.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? Extra benefit here as well. I keep mentioning that you get money off flights and you get money off theme park tickets. This is where that happens. Usually we play the logo game at this point, but because it's not working quite right, we're not going to bother. You can recognize those logos there. We've got insurances, we've got food places to shop, we've got the Sea Life Centre, we've got theatres, we've got restaurants, the One for All card in the UK. I think that's only UK based, but they've got thousands of retailers on there. Jack's Flight Club is an incredible thing to consider as well. We get a discount to just join the flight club, and when you're a member of that flight club, they give you huge flight discounts as well. So that's worth bearing in mind. I think we do have British Airways, don't we? And
there was Emirates on there.
Emirates as well. Yeah. I think. But there's so much. I mean, you can see along the bottom there all the different sort of categories that we cover. There's so much, and it's well worth it. And if any of your kids are going back to school next week and you're wanting to save money like me, then this is what I'm using to get any uniforms that no longer fit, because my kids grow far too fast. Back in school Monday, and yeah, I'm picking up things, but I'm using my discount to do it, so it's all good. Extra member benefit number 3, the hotel site. This is a real sort of special add-on that we've got for our members, and this is something that you can actually earn from, but you can do that for free. So this is basically a hotel site. You get a link that you can send to all your friends, family, and your colleagues, everyone. They will, when they use it, they register. It's all free to register. It's free to use. It's just like having like booking.com or any of the other search engines. But ours is designed to give you a 22% discount. So I mentioned earlier your personal members only search engine. It's not quite the same as that. But what this search engine will do, it will still bring back discounts, just not completely permission free. But because it's a free service to use, you know, it's not too bad. So you might have someone that you know that you want to gift with discounts in travel, but they don't want to necessarily take out a membership. I don't know why that would happen, but you might come across someone, and what you could do is just send them your link. And I'm going to go through how you can go about actually earning from that as well. But you get a commission for anything booked through that when you are a qualified member with us, which I'm going to go through in a second. So, are there any questions? If anyone is watching us live and you have questions, please drop them in the comments.
Nothing so far.
Now I usually ask this question, usually it's on when I've got because we started live streaming in the group, it's a little bit different. I don't really need to ask this, but how much would you pay for all this? Now, whenever I've asked that question, it's usually been between sort of £100, £200, or it's been within the thousands. And I know people that are in this group, and I know people that love to travel that have been stung with timeshare and stuff like that, and they've been tied into contracts that you've virtually got to sign with blood, and it's been really difficult to get out of those contracts. This is not that. This is not that. There's no contract to start with. Well, there's no contracts with our company anyway. But I've seen, honestly, it's heartbreaking some of the money that some people have spent on that kind of thing, when we've got this option, you know, that's really affordable. That's how it's affordable. £99 per month for a platinum, top notch, everything. You've got everything available. Initial one-off fee of £240. Titanium membership, you're looking at initial one-off fee of £145. Per month, you're paying £54. And something to remember is whenever you're paying that subscription each month, it's doubled by the company. So you're doubling your investment. And if you can tell me any other company that does that for travel, I'd really be interested to check out what they do, because I know that there's no others out there. So this is just a really quick rundown of some other options you've got. So we base our conversations usually on titanium and platinum because they're going to be the best value for money. But we do have a very basic membership, which ask us about it. We can tell you more details. That's $39.95 a month. I think it works out about £34 a month. And what you can also do is become a Forex trader and have the travel membership as well. So when you see the travel membership, if you want to become a Forex trader, which is a huge deal right now, you can add $99.95 to the travel club membership, and you can become what we call a travel trader. Fits perfectly, and I'm going to talk a bit more about that in a moment. There's a couple of secrets that we can share with you, in all honesty, because there's a way to get a free membership. So we talk about platinum, and it's £100 a month that's doubled by the company. You could get to a point where you're paying zero, but the company is still doubling what you would have paid if you still had to pay it. So when you get to a point where you've got a free membership, you still get that doubling effect. It's just that it's not coming out of your pocket anymore. And the way in which you do that, if you know anyone that would benefit from these from what our travel club offers, if you know three people that are interested, and they come to you to take out a membership, which we help you every step of the way to do that, then you become qualified to earn an income. So that hotel site that I mentioned, you get a commission off anyone that booked through it. You will start earning from that. You'll start earning straight away. So you've already then got a residual, what we call a residual income. It's an income that you've done one thing, you've sent out your link, and it repeatedly, when people are booking through that link, you're getting paid. And you get paid weekly. We've never, ever missed a commission payment. And you get paid every Friday. And I can vouch for that. I can show you the information. We get paid every single Friday, which is awesome. So that's if three people you know would benefit from this club, and they take out a platinum membership with you, you can start earning an income. But for people, just one other person, if they were to join and take a membership out with you, your membership is free. So not only are you going to be earning from the hotel site that we mentioned, but you're going to be earning every single day. You're going to be earning a certain amount of money. And the amount that you earn, if you have 4 people that have took memberships with you, bearing in mind as well that you earn a bonus for each one, that's because it's a sale, so you will get a bonus from each sale that you make. So 4 sales of the membership, you are earning enough to cover all of your costs, so you have nothing that you need to pay other. Well, if you're going to Orlando and you're using your loyalty points for flights, you could get to a point where you're paying nothing for a week in Orlando. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? We are evolving, as all companies do, and as all companies that are successful should. And we have introduced Forex, which I've mentioned before. Now, what we offer with the Forex is we do not trade for you. What we offer is a educational platform that will enable you to learn how to trade yourself. Now, what I find invaluable about that is my husband was made redundant in October. He works in a warehouse. He's a warehouse manager. There are no warehouse manager jobs going at the moment. He worked in a hub that was based around Europe, so there was sort of freight coming in from Europe. It's it's really limited right now. There's no jobs going, and those that are going are gone pretty quick. He is now learning a new trade. He's learning how to trade foreign exchange on the markets. And it's something that you can keep for life. It's something that you will, once you've learned it, you can never sort of unlearn it. And the beauty of it is we've got professionals that have done this kind of stuff for years and years that give us ideas of what to trade on and what to not trade on. So you're kind of given all the secrets of the trade, all the secrets of the trade. Yeah, secrets of the trade on trading, which is absolutely fabulous as well. If that's something you want to talk about in more depth, it's a real hot topic at the moment. Do get in touch with anyone that you know in the group, because this is something that I'm going to be sharing more of this within our group, purely because of the successes. I think we've got 100% earnings rate with this for people that have used the trading secrets, if you like. Todd says that, doesn't he, Moo?
Yeah.
100% of people have made a profit from the signals that we're getting through.
I mean, we only started this, was it December?
Yeah.
It wasn't
yeah.
that long ago, so it's still all very new and people are already winning. We had a 22-year-old, his name's completely gone out of my head now. Oh,
I know what you mean, and I can't think of his name. Yeah, he's like a prodigy, isn't he? He's doing amazing.
Yeah, Christoph, he's 22 years old.
Yes.
He went on holiday, so he was in Miami, I believe, on holiday, sitting on the beach. He got his mobile phone out because he got a trade alert, and he made $2,000 on a transaction. So,
That's what I'm talking
22-year-old.
about. Yes.
If a child can do it, us adults should be able to do it.
I know, but thinking about it though, generationally, is that a word?
Yeah.
I will be sharing this with my kids, the trading. I mean, the travel, absolutely, they're already in, even though they can't quite sign up yet. But the trading, you can learn that. It's a skill set that you learn. And the way our economy is at the moment and the lack of jobs and prospects, it's an alternative if you need something to fill that gap. I absolutely love it.
Yeah. I mean, Todd's been doing the crypto as well, so
yeah.
I can't think what it's got. Ethereum.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he had a lot of money anyway to put into it, so he bought $25,000 worth.
Yeah.
And it's already 100 and something thousand.
Yes. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So this slide just tells you really briefly as to what is going on each week. Here we are, Tuesday 8:30. We are going through travel club information. second and fourth Monday of the month, 11 a.m. we have a live chat on our page, 11's Escapes to Dragonfly Voyages. Next Monday we're going to be chatting with a lady, a friend of mine, who's moved from Poland to the UK when she was younger. She absolutely loves to travel. She's got a very successful health and wellness business, and she's just going to talk about sort of the culture. It's a really relaxed chat, isn't it, 11s, when we get together, but she's just going to talk about cultural differences and the different sort of things that she's noticed about living in a different place, and it's going to be really interesting. So that's on Monday at 11. And every Wednesday, 8 p.m, we have Power Up with Gina and Stacey. And on the last Thursday of the month, 9 p.m, we have a Dragonflies, what we call Dragonflies Den Live, which is just a chat usually with someone that is kind of connected with the company in some way, or that has got a story to tell about travel and about just anything really. We're really open, aren't we? But travel is our passion, if that's not clear. Then I'm not sure how else to tell you that, because we absolutely love it. And it's just so life-changing. So that's it for the presentation. Any questions, please let us know. Does anyone want to add anything or talk about anything else?
I think travel nowadays is not just a luxury, it is a necessity.
Yeah.
Everybody's locked up in their little house.
Have I frozen,
Like,
or has me? Oh, you froze then.
did I? Sorry. Saying everybody just wants to get out.
Yeah.
Everybody just wants to go somewhere and not be stuck indoors.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like last year when we could go out in the July, we went out, and I've told you all before, Josh, who's my eldest, is a teenager, and teenage boy, that's all I'm going to say. But he actually came home and said that was the best holiday I've ever had. And it's because we're building those relationships back up that have been under strain.
Yeah. I love that he said that, though. I
I
think
know.
it's amazing.
Well, I think I was chatting with someone and told him about that. And he said, do you tell everyone that? I'm like, yeah, because it's like a really big deal. I said,
is.
why do you mind? He's like, no, don't
One, he's
mind.
a boy,
It was a
one,
good
he's a
holiday.
teenager.
I know.
Teenage boys,
Yeah.
they're not the same as girls.
No.
Yeah.
Shell or Daryl, do you want to add anything, or is there anything you'd like to chat about? Daryl, you're on mute.
Just want to remind people, I know a lot of people are booking already.
Yes.
And potentially they could have cancellations depending how things go. And just how amazing our club, our company is in terms of quick cancellations coming back, refunds coming back to us. We don't have to beg or wait or get on queues on the phone about it. It just comes straight back to us if such a situation should occur. So
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think all of us here have experienced that, haven't we? We've all had trips that have had to be cancelled because of things out of our control.
Vegas,
the pandemic.
I was supposed to be in Malaga in half term.
Yeah.
And then one email, that's all it takes.
Just shoot an email off. I should have been away for Christmas week. I shot an email off. Within 12 hours, I had the money back in my bank and the points back in my pot to spend in the future. Another thing that I would add as well is, if you are looking to be traveling in summer, come and speak to us now, because you're going to have enough of an investment with our travel club, with the subscription and the doubling up of it all, to actually go away for virtually nothing. Like I mentioned, the platinum, you've got zero. Some places you'll pay nothing for the whole week. So come to us now so that you're building up and those points and building on it. And
if
honestly,
you join now, you'll have 4 months worth of points by the summer holiday.
Yeah. And once you start using the club, you won't look back, because it's just so simple to use, and it just does exactly what you want it to do: save money and go to beautiful places.
Yeah.
which is all good.
I mean, it's like Daryl Roberts says, the worst case scenario, if you don't want to do the business, what's the worst case scenario? You're earning points to go on wonderful, wonderful trips. You don't lose out in any form in this company.
No, there's no loss at all to you.
No.
So yes, well, I am going to wrap it up there. I can't see that there's anyone with any questions, but I know that people will be catching up on this as well. And so if you are catching up and something sort of caught your eye or made you think, either message one of us, that whoever you know in the group directly, or come and just comment, and we'll be able to answer any questions. But again, please, if you know anyone that likes to travel and that could benefit from our membership, just invite them to the group or put me in a chat with them, and I'll let them know what the group's all about. This is benefiting thousands and thousands of people, and I'm just so passionate about being able to help other people benefit from it as well. I saved £6,000. That's nothing to be sniffed at when I've got 4 kids to feed at home as well, you know. And yeah, it's pretty powerful.
I think last night Todd was saying in the month of February, 1,500 people joined.
Really? That's amazing. That's a short month as well, February. Yeah. That's fantastic. Right, ladies, I am going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been wonderful to see you, and I will see you all very soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.